What's up, world? Welcome to Food Fun Friday. I'm Kimatni Rawlins of Fit Fathers, and this is my daughter, Aya Rawlins. And we're going to be making a few vegan recipes, open-faced tacos, jerk that is. She's going to make her famous guacamole, and I'm also going to make some fresh hummus. You ever get hummus from the store and come home and open it up and get that ting on your tongue? And you're like, I got a spoiled batch. Well, this is why we're making it fresh. And Aya here has been vegan since she was like, what, 3, 4, 5? And she plays 3 different sports. And tell me your favorite food you like to cook.
A tofu sandwich. That's my favorite.
She loves tofu sandwiches. So with the open-faced tacos, we're going to use tempeh. Sorry, not tempeh. Seitan, some people call it seitan, which is a wheat gluten. Very nutritious, full of fiber, nutrients, calcium, and number one of all, no cholesterol. Now, if you have gluten allergies, then of course you don't want to use seitan. You might want to use tempeh, which is fermented soybeans from Indonesia, or tofu. The other thing with gluten allergies is that if you have celiac disease, which 3% of the U.S. population does, then you definitely want to stay away. But other than that, it's a perfectly healthy protein. In fact, you get 17 grams of protein per serving. And then we're going to use black beans, we have avocados, onions, peppers, and of course, sprouted corn tortillas. So we tend to stay away from enriched flours. So we want as many whole grains as possible. So we'll let Aya get underway with her famous guacamole, and I'm going to start off with the hummus. But give us a description, Aya, what you're about to do.
So here I'm going to be making guacamole. I need 3 avocados, some lime, cilantro. You need to dice your onions and tomatoes, and these Garden of Eating. I really don't know what to say that. But yeah, that's. And then you have your seasonings. And then you just mush the avocados. And then put all this stuff in, and then the seasoning, and then boom. You have your guacamole. And that's as easy as it gets.
One thing about avocados, healthy fats. So we want to make sure that we focus on, of course, the 3 macronutrients, protein, carbohydrates, and you actually want the carbohydrates to be complex over simple. Simple carbohydrates are white flour, white breads. Those carbohydrates turn to sugar or glucose rather quickly, and they spike your blood sugar. Whereas complex carbohydrates, they release the blood in a slow manner. So the insulin from the pancreas can come and escort the glucose into your cells, thus creating sustained energy. Avocados, like I said, are a healthy fat. You have your omega-3s and your omega-6s. We tend to stay away from oils, which are also omegas, because you get about 200 calories per teaspoon. And when we cook with oils, we tend to glob it on. So I just use a little bit of water when I'm cooking food, just to simmer a little bit. The other thing is that omega-3s, which are hard to come by, flaxseed, chia seeds, those and omega-6s, they compete for the same enzymes to convert to EPA and DHA, which is the form of the fats that the body can actually absorb. So if you have too many 6s from like oils and nuts, then it's going to take away from the enzymes to convert to omega-3. So we always want that perfect balance. So that's why avocados are the perfect healthy fat, and of course it's full of fiber. Again, only 3% of Americans meet the RDA, recommended daily allowance for fiber, which is like our broom, cleans out our GI tract and basically keeps us healthy. A lot of chronic diseases and inflammation is caused from the gut and the lack of pushing out everything that we eat. So while she's making her guac, I'm gonna go ahead and focus on the hummus. I use a cup full of chickpeas, a little bit of tahini sauce, 1 or 2 lemons, depends on what type of taste you want, and then a little bit of Himalayan sea salt. Sea salt is the original form of the mineral sodium. We don't want iodized salt. You know, that's what causes hypertension. We want purity. And of course, some garlic cloves, which we're going to toss in there. And this will be the base layer of the tortillas for the open-faced tacos. So you go ahead and do your thing, Aya. I'll do my thing. Think about cooking all this food is making sure everyone eats it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You know, a lot of people, when you think of vegan and vegetarian food, they think we just eat very basic foods, salads and vegetables and fruits alone. But there's a spin on every type of meal in the plant-based kingdom. We even made cauliflower wings, lentil sloppy joes. I mean, we be getting down. Are you gonna share that guac when you're done?
No.
So I got my lemons in here, my tahini sauce, a little bit of water. Now the hummus depends on how thick you want it. Some people want it thinner, some want it smoother, some want it thick. It just all depends. I need to put on my Japanese sweet potato because it's going to take the longest. So I'm going to steam it. The thing about Japanese sweet potatoes are they are high in antioxidants. In fact, this is the staple food of the Japanese Okinawans. And they are the most long-lived people, which with the most amount of centurions, as people live to 100 in the world. And their staple food is the Japanese sweet potato, or red or purple sweet potato, because it is full of antioxidants. And you want antioxidants because our body and C vitamins, like these red peppers that I'm gonna be using in my meal. So I'm gonna add some salt to the hummus, some Himalayan sea salt that is. Mix it up a little bit more, and we will be good to go for the base of our tortillas. Voila. How you doing over there, Aya?
A little bit trouble getting the avocado out. That's fine.
It happens. So, like I said, we're going to use the hummus as the base for our tortillas. The other thing about beans, chickpeas, or any beans, black beans, lima beans, is that they are the perfect protein and are full of fiber, full of iron, calcium. So anytime you go plant-based or you want to eat a little less meat, then beans are the perfect protein. And if you're making your beans fresh from dry beans, like we do, you want to make sure that you soak them for a few hours or half a day. You'll actually nicely speed up the cooking time, because you can take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour or more cooking beans. So that's done. Now we're going to make the base for the tacos. Cut up some onions. Some mushrooms. My wife hates mushrooms, but I tell her all the time, they're perfect for breast cancer. Mushrooms have a property that are anti-angiogenesis. Angiogenesis is the process of tissues forming their own blood vessels to feed the vessels. So that can make cells or cancerous cells, it can give them fresh energy. So mushrooms have effects to help reduce that process. And just as tomatoes, for men, they help reduce prostate cancer because of lycopene, which is another antioxidant. And the thing with tomatoes, to release the lycopene, you want to cook it a little bit. It needs a little bit of steam to be released. Red peppers. Basically, any food that's colorful is full of phytonutrients. Those are plant-based nutrients with thousands of properties in them that enhance the metabolism, the immune system, because the goal is alkalinity. And you want an alkaline body by maintaining a pH between 7.35 and 7.45. And this is from plant-based foods, fruits, water, teas, and acidic foods are meats, dairies, alcohol, smoke. So you're always the body's always trying to maintain that balance to reach a homeostatic state. A homeostatic state is when all functions are operating at their maximum. So that's the goal. Like I said, I'm just using a little bit of water. I don't really cook with oil. There's no need. And I'm gonna toss in my Seitan. This is actually a chorizo mix. So they already crumpled it for us. So to give it that nice hearty taste. And then we're gonna add in some black beans. Voila. And then we're going to dab it with some jerk sauce. Not too much. Every time I eat jerk, my scalp starts sweating. My daughter's always laughing at me. That cook for a little bit. Let's go ahead and check up on Aya. How you doing?
That's my last avocado.
Your last avocado? How much you making? It's only 4 of us.
There's more. Gotta make sure you have enough for everyone.
This is true. This is true.
Sharing's caring.
And you can have some left over for your tofu sandwich that I know you're going to want later.
If you make it for me.
You make the request and I will make it for you. So I'm going to top off the tacos with avocado, spinach, and the tomatoes. there's nothing like eating foods that are just pure. Like, you don't feel super bloated, you don't feel stuffed. You know, the stomach is only the size of the palm. You know, so most times we're overeating anyway. So you're taking a nice nutritious meal that's full of the nutrition, the minerals, the vitamins, the antioxidants that the body needs, and you just feel super refreshed. And not only that, digestion doesn't take as long. And you can start fresh again. This avocado is not as ripe as I want it. So the skin isn't peeling off properly. You guys can also make sure you go to fitfathers.com for more plant-based. Mars chilling on the radio. Make sure you go to fitfathers.com for more plant-based recipes. And also on Father's Day, June 21st, we're going to be having an online Fit Father's Day celebration where we'll all get together online, virtually, and host a few workouts for fathers and their families. And this will be the 7th annual. Of course, we couldn't have our outdoor event, which attracted over 700 people last year downtown Silver Spring, Maryland. But we still want to be able to have the capability to give fathers and their families what they need. And that's motivation. The goal is always to eat healthy, stay active, and continue to energize your life. Man, this is looking really good. And it's smelling ultra spicy. Spice is good for the metabolism. It jump starts caloric burning, I'll tell you that. All right, this is about done. We're gonna take this off the stove. Our Japanese sweet potato pie needs like 5 more minutes. Yeah, the inside is still a little hard. How you making out, Aya?
Juicing my lime now.
How much lime do you put in it?
Just one.
Oh yeah, that's looking real good. All right, so now we're going to start layering our tacos. And trust me, there's no easy, clean way to eat these. You just got to dig in and get dirty with it. I mean, food's gonna be dripping all over the place. Your mouth's gonna be burning. You're gonna need like 3 cups of water. But it's gonna be so good. A little bit of spinach. And not only that, it doesn't require a lot of time. to eat nutritionally. You just gotta have the mentality to put the time in and prep. But I get a joy out of cutting up vegetables and fruits. I actually look forward to it. Knowing that all that freshness and goodness is going inside my temple. It brings a sense of enlightenment and cosmic consciousness within. What you got going on now?
Seasonings.
Got the sea salt up in there. What all do you season it with?
Black pepper, some onion powder, crushed red pepper, oregano leaves, and then we got some slap your mama seasoning.
Slap your mama. What is that? That's new to me.
I really don't know. And then we have some of the salts like he used in his hummus.
The Himalayan sea salt.
And then you just mix it all together. Then after, you're going to take your cilantro, take it off from the, yeah. And
You
just
got a lot of
put in the
cilantro on the
guacamole.
side. You putting that whole batch in there?
No, that's too much cilantro.
Now, once it's done, do you need to refrigerate it, or can you dig right in?
You can dig right in, but if you're not gonna eat it anymore, you can cover it, put in the refrigerator, and then eat it another day. So it'll still be fresh.
So how long can you keep it before it starts turning brown? In the fridge before it starts going bad?
2 days.
2 days? It looks like a lot. Got the avocado, the guac done. The meal is done. Why don't you bring that over here, Aya?
Wait.
So we have a full meal, you know. It's Food Fun Friday, a nice take on, you know, the Mexican vibration. Healthy, nutritious, and delicious. And like I said, the goal is to always work out on most days, eat clean on most days. So we want to have 5 to 7 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. That should be adequate enough, not only for the fiber intake, but for storing up reserves of antioxidants, minerals, vitamins, phytonutrients, everything that the body needs to fight off disease, viruses, especially in this time of COVID-19. We want a very strong immune system. So other items you can eat are turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, and of course lots of vitamin C foods like papaya, red peppers, oranges, etc., etc. So thanks for tuning in. Kimatni Rawlins. Make sure y'all check us out next Friday. We'll be back at it again. And of course, remember that date, June 21st. You can go to fitfathersday.com for more information on our initiation for dads. And until then, have a magnificent weekend. Namaste. One love.